Hey guys, it's me Edgar here to do my review on the Mighty Thor. This is the second Jane Foster Thor run, and all I'm going to say is it had its ups and downs, but I will have to say it was a really good run overall. But besides all that shit, let's talk about it. The comic book opens up where we see Jane Foster going on chemotherapy because she's diagnosed of cancer. And she's watching the news, and pretty much the news is pretty much talking about this satellite on Earth, and pretty much you see a bunch of astronauts on it, and then after that, a bunch of dead bodies of dark elves raining down on the ship, and the ship gets damaged to such a degree that it's about to crash down to Earth. Jane Foster has to call for Mjolnir, and pretty much she transforms into yours truly, the mighty Thor. And after that, she flies down there, grabs it, pull it as fast as she can to put it down to a safe location. And then after that, the Avengers come down, Vision, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, I believe Captain Marvel as well, and they're like, oh, okay, good job. And pretty much she just flies off. And I loved where Tony's like, we'll take it from here. Then later on, she is trying to investigate what is happening, and she's suspecting Malekith is a part of all this stuff. After that whole thing goes on, we see Jane Foster go to Asgard after she diverts back to being her human self, and then pretty much everyone is calling Jane Foster Thor a false god. Everyone doesn't know that Jane Foster is the new Thor, but yeah. We find out that Jane Foster is one of the senators of Midgard. Kind of funny that Natalie Portman played yours truly, Queen Amidala, who is also a senator of her homeworld, and she's going to play Jane Foster in the new Thor film. Kind of funny. What a twist! Yeah, we pretty much have it where Jane Foster has to go divert back to her god state, the mighty Thor, and she tells Handoff to help her. And before anything goes any further, we see Odin's brother, which I do not give a fuck. I did not care for him in Fear itself. And I kind of was scratching my head like, why are they bringing him in? Out of all characters in Thor mythology, they brought him in. So, besides all that crap, Malekith and the Minotaur and the rest of Thor's villains all gather up, and really, they're just waiting for yours truly, Loki himself, the god of mischief. And all I'm going to say is, it was a good issue. I enjoyed the comic. I love the fact that you get to see Jane Foster a lot more, utilize the hammer, and also thinking, should she stay Thor and all that crap, because, you know, every time she utilized the hammer, it's killing her every single time. So it's a really good direction. I really thought that it was a good foreshadowing of her end of her story, if you really look at it. Overall, I enjoyed the comic. I'll be doing her books of Thor and Valkyrie this week and next week, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about on the Jason Aaron Thor run. I'll be also talking about Thor God of Thunder once I'm done with the Jane Foster run, and eventually doing the War Realms and the current run on Thor. I'll see you guys next time. We'll also be doing Thor's older comics sometime next year, because Thor's fourth film will be coming out as well. I wanted to do a lot of the stories that are probably going to be representing into that film now than later. So I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for more videos. There's a lot of stuff in Thor that I really want to talk about. And I'm just going to say this, both Jason Aaron and the newer team that are doing Thor are doing things that I personally think a lot of writers never really thought of. And honestly, it really goes at a lot where you have writers like Jason Aaron who did the Jane Foster storyline. You had writers who are doing the newer Thor comics, really doing something, changing the character for a better audience. And honestly, it shows. And I personally think Jason Aaron should have had a lot of respect than hated when this run was going on. We all knew Thor was going to get his hammer back. We all knew Thor was going to get back to being the character that we all knew. So really, there should have been no bitching, whining, complaining. But I guess, people are gullible. People are basically stupid, and they don't do their research. Overall, or they don't read any comics, because they clearly are foreshadowing her death and also Thor's inevitable getting the hammer back. And that happened. But anyway, 8 out of 10. Really good issue. Definitely going to do issue 2 and 3 this weekend and also next week of the rest of the run. And we'll see you there when we talk about that. Along with the Jane Foster Valkyrie comics that we're going to be doing as well. I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for more.